divas, it's your girl Emmy here. Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be on the doshas, which is a part of Ayurvedic principles. Ayurveda originated in India and Nepal, I believe. I just want to say a quick disclaimer. I'm not an expert on Ayurveda, very much so a beginner, but I do find Ayurveda very fascinating. Its whole philosophy and health principles. I find it fascinating and also accurate in healing. And it is one of the oldest holistic that have been around, which is another reason why I wanted to share it on this channel, being that that is what we talk about here. So the purpose of this video is really just to share knowledge and not to be a know-it-all or whatever. Ayurveda translates to the science of life. Ayurveda is based off 5 principles: air, earth, water, fire, spirit. This video, we're going to be talking about a specific thing in Ayurveda, which is the dosha system. There's 3 different doshas: Kapha, Pitta, and Vata. Sorry if I'm saying them wrong. And I'm gonna go over each dosha in this video. You know, you may resonate with more than one, which is common. And basically, doshas is a system that provides a lot of insight on your physical and emotional health. And I've even found that this practice provided me a sense of balance as well. For me, I found learning my dosha very helpful because it helped me really understand my metabolism. And I've been able to incorporate better ways for me to lose weight and things like that, because that is a big goal / challenge of mine. Learning my dosha has been really helpful because of this, which is why I wanted to do this video, because I found how helpful this is. So let's just get right into what Kapha, Pitta, and Vata is. So let's start with Kapha. Kapha, I hope I'm not saying that wrong. So Kapha it's based off earth and water. Since all 3 of these, Kapha, Pitta, and Vata, are based off of the elements, right? So fire, earth, air, water, and space, ether. You can say that the doshas are going to have very similar traits to its element. So Kapha, for example, the first one we're gonna get into, is based off earth and water. So when you think of something that is earth dominant, right, even when it's in astrology, it's going to be something that's a bit more slow moving. It's going to be a bit steadier. It's going to be earth and water. So it's probably something that's a bit cooler, heavy, slower, and softer. So people who have the dosha of Kapha, when you look at their physical characteristics, they may be strong. They may have thick bones. They may be a bit stockier. They could be people who tend to slouch a little bit, kind of like me, or people who have slow metabolisms like me. It can be easy for them to gain weight. You get it because of slow metabolism. I mean, they may have soft skin, thick hair, and have bad posture, right? So like I said, the earth element. Earth is known for being very grounding. Somebody who may have earth placements in their chart. As somebody with an earth dosha, I've noticed also like people's doshas, because I'm so interested in astrology, as you guys know, I've noticed that people's doshas are really similar to their astrology sign. And I say that because I am earth and water. My big 3 is all earth and water. So it's interesting to see how much I relate to the earth and water like dosha. So for example, earth is known for being very grounding and supportive. So a Kapha dosha is going to be somebody that is supportive, a bit more rational. You know, they might take a while to make a decision, or really thinking all the options through, rarely getting upset, you know, not very reactive people, like somebody who's more fire dominant. Their mental and emotional characteristics would be calm, nurturing, and compassionate. Okay, it is water as well. What is water known for? It's known for being very emotional. And also negative characteristics could be, you know, possessiveness and being stubborn and having a hard time when it comes to change, which is true with earth and water signs as well. Some of the weaknesses of this dosha, of the Kapha dosha, would be kind of like I said, easy for weight gain because of the slow metabolism. Might have like some sort of breathing or asthma issue. Might be somebody who's sluggish or like slow moving. Kapha doshas also prefer cold foods because they are naturally a bit more like cold, like not meaning like cold hearted, but just like their body runs colder, so you might gravitate towards cold food, if that makes sense. So that's why, especially with the weight gain, because I do resonate with the Kapha dosha, and I've noticed that for me it's ideal to eat my biggest meal at lunch and a smaller meal for dinner. And what this does is basically it allows more room for my digestive system to process, make that weight kind of come off my body, if that makes sense. Because if I'm eating my biggest meal at lunch, when the sun is in the highest point of the day, like the sun is in the highest point of the sky of the day, I will be sweating, I will be moving around, I will be burning that off, versus eating a heavy dinner and not being able to burn that off. So that was a really helpful like diet tip that I learned from understanding my dosha. Some other things that they mention that are really beneficial for Kapha dominant people is, regular exercise and eating warmer foods, okay? Things that will speed up your metabolism. So either eating, more soups and more like hot pastas versus eating like, a macaroni salad or things that are colder, like a cold sandwich, which I love. Like I love cold foods. I don't like hot foods. I don't know why that is. And I never realized that until I learned about my dosha. But yeah, I've noticed when I do incorporate that, food isn't sticking to my body as easily. Finding a way to maintain a warmer temperature by eating those warmer foods, even incorporating spicier foods in your diet, or even just sweating more, going in a sauna, going in a steam room, will help with like speeding up your metabolism, for example. Okay, so Pitta is the next dosha. So Kapha was water and earth, so it had a lot of those stability, structure, emotionally guarded themes, right? The next one is Pitta. Pitta is fire and water. Pitta people are described to be a bit more lean, like athletic built or muscular built. They're very motivated and goal-oriented people, very competitive, maybe even a little aggressive. They can be a little bit tenacious. Pitta people, they're very smart. They learn things quickly. They're passionate, self-determined, very fire sign, Fire, when you think about fire, it's quick with it, right? It's quick with it moves fast, it's gonna do what it wants, it's going to say how it's feeling, make a decision based off its own needs and requirements, which can lead to conflict, and Pitta find itself in situations with conflict. They're natural leaders, they're very independent, tend to have healthy skin and hair. They also have very fast metabolisms. It's fire, right? Fire is able to break things and digest things quickly. Some of its weaknesses would be, again, being fire, okay? It's a bit more impatient. It can be prone to find itself in situations of conflict. Always hungry because of its fast metabolism. You're digesting and breaking food down so quickly that you're hungry again. They are sensitive to hot temperatures. You're already hot, right? You're already a fire placement. What happens when you mix fire with fire, right? So that can even cause internally inflammation, mood swings, especially when you're hungry. They are prone to, and even like prone to acne. Some imbalances that you might find yourself having constantly if you are a Pitta person is digestive issues like heartburn, for example, skin inflammation. Maybe you're like somebody who sweats a lot, and like you might be somebody who's like naturally very agitated, especially when you consume spicy food or dairy. My sister is a Pitta person, and it's so interesting. Like, this is what I meant by it's so accurate. So she is a fire person. She's also a fire sun and a fire rising. So double fire with an air moon. I see her always want to eat spicy food. She always wants to eat spicy food. Like hot chips or jalapenos, like it doesn't matter. She wants extra hot sauce, all this stuff. Right after she eats it, I've noticed that like she'll normally be a bit more cranky after she eats it. And it's like, well, what just happened? She's already a fiery person. Now that she's consumed more fire, it's like she goes too much out of balance, if that makes sense. It's important to practice things that are like soothing when you're a Pitta person, just because you are quick to, fight like a fire sign. But it's important to find ways to decrease irritability. And that would be by like, having a work-life balance, avoiding excess heat, cooling yourself down, consuming cool foods, avoiding eating so much spicy food. You can eat spicy food, everything in moderation, right? And dairy as well, because dairy causes inflammation, and y'all are already prone to inflammation internally. So avoiding dairy is also important. Exercise, but I feel like Kapha people need more exercise than y'all do, but also like consuming foods that are a bit more cold foods, so like salads and stuff like that. Last one is Vata. Vata is air and spirit. So people who are Vata tend to be very slim, energetic, creative, maybe lean. So think air sign qualities here, okay? They're known for thinking outside of the box, but they're also known for being distracted easily. Their mood is dependent on the weather, the people around them, the meal they had that day. So you never really know what you're getting with a Vata. They tend to have a thin built and a lean frame, and they may be more prone to dry hair and skin. So some of their strengths: they're highly creative, they're quick learners, very good at multitasking, very kind people, very flexible, very adaptable, okay? Very air sign quality, literally the exact same things. Yeah, they're very quick thinking. They're also prone to like worry and anxiety, overthinking. Mental stimulation is a very big quality with air signs tend to be very enthusiastic, but they can also be like have mood swings or be a little restless. Some of their weaknesses or like the other traits are like kind of being forgetful, anxious, you know, the instability of their mood. You don't ever know what you're gonna get. So you know how I described their eating habits for the Kapha and the Pitta. For Vata, they may have irregular eating habits and sleeping schedules. This means they could be eating big meals, then a small meal, eating really early, eating really late. It's a bit more unpredictable. They also are prone to having digestive issues and poor circulation. These people might even have insomnia or any difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. According to Ayurveda, it's really important for Vata people to find a way to create a daily routine to provide some structure in their life and partake in like calming or grounding exercises to kind of help them with their anxiety and to manage, you know, the mood and whatnot. Their body is prone to being a bit colder, kind of like the Kapha. So you know how I said for the Pitta people, they need to eat more cooling foods. A Vata dominant person, they should consume more warmer foods. Since they are naturally cold people, you might even have like cold hands and feet, you know, at rent like all the time. Eating those warm foods will help, you know, balance out your digestive. Vata people should also focus on having grounding exercises, stability exercises for when their moods become uncontrollable or their anxiety kicks in. I think that's everything that I have for the doshas. Like I said, I don't know much. I'm still learning it. I just find it a very insightful system, and I definitely recommend you learning more about this. I'll drop a link to do your dosha quiz so that way you can get like a full like report on, you know, your dosha and how to find that balance. And hopefully it'll help you make lifestyle changes, dietary changes, even self-care practices that will help you maintain that balance for your own well-being. But I hope this video was helpful. I hope this video was insightful. The more I learn about Ayurveda, the more I'll probably share about it. I just find it very fascinating. And I have a lot of respect for such an old healthcare like practice system. But yeah, like and follow for more. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your dosha is and if you feel like it was accurate or if you feel like you're a combination of more than one. For me, I think I'm a combination of the air and earth and water, Vata and Kapha. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.